I'm making this video about a trip to the local grocery store, the local Wegmans, and what I actually picked up going through the checkout line at Wegmans, and this Eat Purple bag that you can buy. I think I bought this for 99 cents, so you can put your groceries in it and take that home instead of the plastic bags from the store. So I see this Eat Purple, and if you've seen any of my videos I've made in the last 2 months, you know, it being June 21st today, the summer solstice I should say, then you'll see I've talked quite a bit about the color purple and this cult of Saturn. And whenever I see something purple, especially it tells me to eat purple, and you know, I start to look, is there any other symbols on here, you know, that indicate that this is, you know, a reference to Saturn. So when I went through the Wegmans line, I had to buy that Eat Purple bag, which is all about the environment, and do this video because, you know, as soon as I saw that bag, I quickly saw that that bag definitely references Saturn. I see this Eat Purple, and I'm like, you know, I'm not so sure I want to eat purple. I mean, purple's popping up everywhere, and a lot of it seems to be, you know, hidden occult stuff with this cult of Saturn. So the first thing I look for is there a 666 on this Eat Purple thing? Because Saturn has a 6-sided hexagon. It's the 6th planet from the sun, and it's named after the 6th day of the week. Actually, the 6th day of the week is named after Saturn, and that's Saturday. So I look, and I see these swirls, 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and I say, uh-oh, those look like 6s to me, and here you go. You got 1 6, and then if you spin that bag, you got the other 2 6s. Right there. You got Eat Purple and 666. But what's also interesting about this is there's 2 other things on here I want to point out. And the second one, actually the third one, because you got purple 666, and then you got this thing that's cut in half, that's purple. That thing cut in half looks like. And that vegetable cut in half looks a lot like an Axismundi. And that's what this is called, an Axismundi or Mundi, that pattern, which is also known as the Tree of Life. This is also a depiction of an Axismundi. And this one is actually from the Mayan cosmology, often pictured as a cross. The center, or Axis Mundi, housed the great ceiba tree, or the tree of life. So you can see it looks like a tree. And what the Axismundi is in Wikipedia here is, as you can see, the Axismundi right here, is the cosmic world axis, world pillar, column, cyrillol, whatever, center of the world tree. In religion or mythology, is the world center or connection between heaven and earth, which back in the day when Saturn was our sun, was the connection between earth and Saturn. The Axismundi. Here's this bag, and we're going to show you that this is a depiction of an Axismundi, and I want to point out that there's one utensil on this bag, and that is a fork, okay? So you have the fork, and you have this Axismundi, along with the 666 and purple. And touch on the fork on this bag, this Eat Purple bag from Wegmans, and you can see this is another depiction of Saturn as viewed from Earth, as Saturn was leaving Earth's gravitational influence and gonna start circling around the sun. But you can see the totem pole. These totem poles were made as a depiction of what it looked like when that process was taking place. And if you read the caption here, what you see is it's a speculative impression of the classic totem pole's legacy as representation of Earth's Birkeland current. The twisting, spiraling nature of the Birkeland filaments reaching out into space would terminate in a fork-like effect. Okay, and that is what this is right here. These two prongs, like that fork-like effect. And what utensil was the only utensil on that Eat Purple bag from Wegmans? The fork. I use Google Earth because it allows me to overlay pictures onto each other to show you that that image on the Eat Purple Wegmans bag is that Axismundi, and show you how it fits really nicely into this one. So here we go. That's that image off the bag, and you can see that fits really nice in there. It's definitely an Axismundi. And this picture, or this representation, is of Earth looking at Saturn when it was leaving the Earth's influence. And that little dot in front of Saturn is Venus. And there you have it. The Axismundi on the Eat Purple bag. This is a couple seconds of the trailer of the Spider-Man movie, which was partially made here in Rochester, New York, which is the home of the Wegmans grocery store chain and the home of the Lilac Festival, which I also did a video on that if you want to look at my channel, which is all about purple lilacs and the cult of Saturn running that. But watch what Sally Field says here to Spider-Man about everything's blue and red.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm doing my laundry.
Last time you did it, you turned everything blue and red.
Because I was washing.
Everything blue and red. Okay? What happens when you mix blue and red?
What are you doing?
You get purple. When I came home from Wegmans that day and got this Eat Purple bag, my front door had this thing stuffed on the handle. More purple. And I'm like, a world government, and this is by the Jehovah's Witnesses, dropped this off at my house. I wasn't home, they stuck it in my my door handle. But here we got purple, and in that purple is a world government. Why do we need one? Is it possible? Who is qualified to rule? And here are the answers at a free public event. This is your invitation right here in downtown Rochester at the Rochester War Memorial. They're going to talk about world government. And my gosh, who is qualified to rule? I'll tell you who is qualified to rule the world government. Nobody. Especially anybody who's dealing with the color purple and the cult of Saturn. Nobody is qualified. We flip this over, and the Jehovah's Witnesses are saying, we warmly invite you to an encouraging Bible discourse entitled Earth's New Ruler, Who Really Qualifies? And it's presented on a Sunday morning in a 3-day convention arranged by the Jehovah's Witness here in Rochester, New York. Is July 4th to 6th in the Blue Cross Arena, War Memorial Square in Rochester, New York. You can go determine who is qualified to rule the entire world. And you know what? Saturn, from what people tell me, equals Satan. Purple is all about Saturn. Is Satan being Earth's new ruler?